Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, globally, and in Juarez, we are in Mexico, which is bordering El Paso, Texas, and we have the honor today morning to have coffee with our honorable guest, the future Secretary General of the United Nations, which represents 193 countries, and Dr. Percy Tamayo, who is of Peruvian descent and came to the United States at the age of 17 for his further education. And his father was the founder of the United Nations. His uncle ran the United Nations as the Secretary General for 10 years, between 1980 to 1990. He also has 10 doctorates, some in law, some in finance, economics, and spiritualism or divinity, and we have the pleasure and we all recommend globally that Dr. Percy Tamayo should be the next Secretary General. The reason being, he is well acquainted with all the countries in the world because he grew up in a family which is the founding family of the United Nations. In addition to that, he's a Latin American, and being in the corporate world with Chrysler and Lee Iacocca, he has worked with him, the corporate world's the icon that he was. So he has the experience to run United Nations and bring peace to the world. Honorable Dr. Percy Tamayo, please welcome to FOSAC.tv and USGBF.tv. And the first question for you, Dr. Percy, is can you please introduce yourself to the global audience and why you qualify to be the perfect candidate to be the Secretary General of the United Nations?
Well, first of all, good morning, and thank you for being here in Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, and to enjoy beautiful Mexican breakfast together.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I dedicate my life to humanity, actually. I am the High Commissioner for Human Rights for the World Humanity Commission. I have been with United Nations literally all my life. My father and other leaders they got together in San Francisco to establish the United Nations. That's exactly
After the World War II.
yes, 75 years ago.
Right.
And
In 1946, right?
and the reason why the United Nations was established was because they need an organization not just to unite it, but an organization to help countries to achieve their goals. In that time, the word sustainability wasn't exist, but was there. You know, everybody was looking to be sustainable. I think a lot of countries didn't like to call third world countries, and that statement is wrong. It's not a third world country. It's a country that are or rich or poor, unfortunate or underdevelopment. But the countries, even for example, United States at this time, there are over 55 million people in extreme poverty in the United States.
Right.
And United States is the leader of the world, you know, number one nation in the world, and have so much poverty. So poverty is amount globally to us. What I try to do, if I become to be the Secretary General, I have the honor to have that position, is actually to not only unify, but also to work on social economic development. Because that's exactly what countries need, social economic development. We need also to be economically independent. A lot of countries, like for example Peru, India, they have so much raw material,